Good morning, beautiful goddesses. Welcome to another episode of Soul Sister Adventures. The question we have for you today is, are you working hard for your money or is your money working hard for you? I love this conversation. We've really been diving into these wealth files, and today is no different. Connie's going to read us from this amazing book that she utilizes in her leadership calls. And then we'll unpack it, unfold it, and really dive into how does this apply in our own lives? What are you hearing newly such that you can begin to take radical action and get results in your life? Hello, my soul sister, Connie Rose.
Good morning.
Good
I have I
morning.
have some new readers today for our
Oh,
yeah, aren't they cute? There's some bling on them.
bring on the bling. And
Bring
look
on
at that necklace you have. Where did you get that?
Yes, so we had our high vibe jewelry party
Hi,
last night
everybody.
at the free water store.
Mm-hmm.
And Shannon was the hostess with the mostest for sure. We had a blast with high vibe women making high vibe jewelry, and we imprinted it with my scanner. And so everybody left like higher elevated than they were when they walked in, which is always our commitment to everything that we do.
Yeah, individually and collectively.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
It was great.
it
A
was
lot
great.
of fun. Thank you for hosting us in your magical space.
Well, thanks for the great idea, right?
Oh, well, I knew like, our friend Maureen, who's amazing, Maureen Hughes.
Yeah.
She's in our group. So look her up if you're in the Soul Sister Adventure Facebook page. Reach out to her. She's amazing.
Yeah.
And so I was like mesmerized by some jewelry that she had. And she's like, oh, let me show you. And so I'm like, oh, I need this piece and I need this piece. And can you teach us how to make it? And
Yeah.
she's like, so she does so many different things. And so it's just it just all kind of came together.
Well, it
So
was so fun. Like one of the things that I loved the most about that was particularly the lady that was sitting next to me,
yeah,
Katie.
Katie. Yeah.
Katie. Um, she came, and I think this is we can all apply this to other areas of our life, right? We come thinking like, oh, this isn't for me, or oh, I don't know how to do it, or oh, fill in the blank. How am I going to fit in? How is this going to work for me? And the piece that I mean, every piece was beautiful. Lila's piece was beautiful. Katie's piece was, I mean, and what was so fun, I mean, look at Rosie's. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Well, it was so interesting because like when she held it up, it looked one way.
One way. And
And
on
then when
her,
she put it on, it was like,
a whole
pop.
other thing. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
And
back,
Sherry's, I mean, everybody, Sarah, Sherry, like it was
yes.
awesome.
Well, it's like Katie like was profound because I could see her really grappling with like I can't do this, I don't know how to do this. And then before we were like halfway through, she's like, and what about this? And what about this? So it just awakened, it like activated something inside of her energy body. Like we are creative. We do have feelings, and that's simple. Like it was a simple make some jewelry. I
Yeah.
think really brought people into their bodies, into their energy spirits, and they like felt into, well, what about this piece and what about this piece? And when they were complete, they matched the personality, the like vision, the like everything of each woman individually and then collectively. It was so beautiful.
Yeah. So mine, I had butterflies,
Mm-hmm.
in
Yeah,
between the rose quartz. So of course it's gonna be rose, Connie Rose.
Honey Rose.
Going up, I have their circle little beads that also have butterflies on them.
And
So
butterflies is the logo on our the
that's
symbolism
right.
in
Yeah.
the
And
logo.
so I just love it so much. And it feels so good, it just feels so good.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
important, it's important to have these little things like make
Yes.
such a big difference.
Yes. And was it a full moon last night? I think
I
it was.
think I think it's actually tonight.
Oh,
It
tonight.
was
Okay.
pretty full, but I think the big one's tonight.
Big ones tonight, baby.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was just a beautiful heart connection, supportive. I love everybody got to share like who they are and what they do.
Yeah.
And wasn't that magical? Because it was like there was no accident, the women that were sitting around the room.
Yes.
And ladies, this really goes back to, when was the last time you said yes into investing into yourself?
Yeah.
It really does take something to put yourself in a room where you may or may not know anyone. And when
Yeah.
you leave, like you're so filled up because you get like your uniqueness, the thing that makes you different is the beauty that you saw in each person around the room. They were having the same thoughts, the same feelings. And then it was like each person harmonistically like molded together into this magical group.
Yes, it was a
And
lot of fun.
really what the Soul Sister Adventure is all about. That's what we're creating here.
Yeah.
So if you were not there and this is sounding yummy and delicious, we have more things coming, along the way. So stay tuned. Get in our Facebook group, Soul Sister Adventures. Oh, yeah, let me have some. And just so I can say it, I'm working with a new camera today. It's auto-focusing, going in and out. I will work on getting that fixed or return this camera.
Well, and again, that just also points to like we're always like going for the next level, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
Well, and sometimes we just have to tweak things, like
there's an autofocus feature, and we need to turn that off. And I might not be able to turn it off. Well, yeah. I will figure it out.
You always do. Well, and really, we were talking about this morning about some of the ladies, one of the things that we see in those people who surround us who are magnetically attracted into our lives, is that we all have this commitment. We're always recreating, which is one of the reasons I love the butterflies so much. Like it's emerging and then now emerging. And
hey, I might have a video going out about that today. Follow me on TikTok.
And yes, if you have not seen Miss Shannon Schindler Redman's videos lately, OMG. Like if you want to learn, like have a model of like sizzle hot content and creation, and like she's popping up and popping over, and like she is working it. It is awesome. Like,
and I'm not dancing. Like you can do TikTok without dancing, ladies. I thought to myself, oh, I will never be on TikTok because that looks, fill in the blank. And guess what? Be careful what you say you'll never do. And I'm not dancing. So you can do it your way.
Yes. Yeah, it's so good. You definitely want to follow her on TikTok, Facebook, like you're on all the platforms.
Freedom Bound Moms.
Yes.
So today's the butterfly video.
Okay. I can't wait.
3:00. Well, that's what I did yesterday. I played.
Yeah.
I went and played.
I saw that. That was awesome.
With the butterflies.
I know. And I hope you got some still pictures too. Because
I forgot. I was.
You have to go back. You have to go back.
Yes, I will go back. I did not get any still pictures. Not
because like you were, yeah.
It was fun.
Yes. So do you want to get into the book?
Well, if we must.
We don't have to.
That's what we came here for, yes?
I know. Like, well.
It's massive value. Let's dive in.
It is massive value because I will tell you, this whole conversation we're going to have today really came to my forefront. So I'm 51 and I have had my eye on creating passive residual income for over a decade. My dad owned an insurance agency, which, when people pay you every month, you get paid every month. So I saw that growing up and, I just realized 51 years old and my nest egg is not what I'm committed for it to be. And so I've been taking a lot more new actions around this. And it really goes back to, so we're reading from Secrets of a Millionaire Mind from T. Harv Eker. And this wealth file number 13 is rich people focus on their net worth. Poor people focus on their working income. And boy, did that smack me in the middle of the face, because so often, like that's the day-to-day that's what it is day to day. And we know what you focus on expands, right? So having your eye on your net worth and taking the time, like Shannon and I were in a biblical wealth principle book club earlier this year. And one of the first exercises was to calculate your net worth. And I will say, going into it, I was like, oh, this isn't going to be good. And it ended up being way better than I thought it was going to be. Yeah. And I'm still committed to having it be like grow even more, right? So how do we even begin? So really it's like there's practical sides of looking at all of your assets versus like in subtracting out your liability. So what does that mean? Like what's the value of your, like the equity in your home, that what's available in your, if you have a retirement account, 401k, etc. If whatever your like if you are collecting gold and silver, what's available in this, like a stock market account, or a, what kind of investing are you doing, real estate, like all of the things, right?
Life insurance policies.
Thank you. Life insurance policies. And then minusing, what are the bills that you have, not just the day to day, like the things that are due monthly, but like overall, if you have like a mortgage, or if you have a car payment or credit card debt or second mortgage on your house, like whatever that looks like, to get really clear on what that is. Because we know that the true measure of wealth is not just working income. It's not working income. It's actually net worth.
Yeah.
And we know that the definition of financial freedom is having more passive income, investment money from our business income coming in consistently more than your expenses. Like you got $1 more coming in than your monthly bills, you're financially free. And we're not taught that. Like that was never a class I got at school. And growing up, when we're teenagers and we say, hey, mom and dad, I need more money or whatever, most parents don't say, well, go start a business. They say, go get a
job. Yeah.
Which provides working income, not net worth. So we know, that what you focus on expands. So just having your eye on it and starting to track it, well, you'll be amazed at what starts coming into your field, right? So income comes in two forms: working income and passive income. So unfortunately, many poor and middle class people focus exclusively on working income. So consequently, they have a low or no net worth. So passive income is money earned without you actively working. Savings is also imperative. You can have lots of money, but if you don't keep it, then, you're not building any of that up. So start to begin to look is like, growing your income through investing. So the better you are at investing, the faster your money are going to grow and get a greater net worth. So rich people take the time and energy to learn about investing and investments. That's something that, Ben and I have been looking, like we've had real estate investments, mostly, some investments in the market. We're taking some classes. Shannon and I went to Life Search over the weekend, and they talked about real estate investing and investing in the markets. And like we're doing some more education on that. I have a amazing mentor that's skilled in both areas, and he's agreed to like coach me on that, because like he knows that he's a multimillionaire and self-made, knows the value of exactly that. Like he wasn't born knowing those things. He didn't come from a family knowing those things. And so it's really our opportunity to have that if you want to be financially free and have a legacy for your children's children, right? Now, my son's in heaven. My legacy really is funding his scholarship fund. So that continues. So everybody has a different why, like why do this. So so really it goes hand in hand with consciously creating a lifestyle in which you need less money to live on. So you could either decrease your cost of living as you increase your savings and the amount of funds available. And again, it's like overall, like where do the numbers don't lie. And most people, myself included, we look at like what's coming in and what's going out every month. And unless you have a plan really to make that a priority, life is so busy, it doesn't happen. I know that's what has happened to me. So poor people and middle class people play the money game on one wheel only. They believe that the only way to get rich is to earn a lot of money. They believe that because they've never been there. They don't understand Parkinson's law, which I think this is interesting. Expenses will always rise in direct proportion to your income. Now, I know that's how I've experienced that. The more money you make, the more money you spend. That may or may not ring true for you. I know that has definitely been the case for me. And so there's a book called Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, right, that we're reading. And the millionaire, do you think it refers to net worth, or does millionaire refer to your income?
Net worth.
It's your net worth, right? So that's one of the reasons why this is kind of can be like a not as energizing conversation if you really are not hearing the bigger picture, right?
Yeah. Well, and it's a reframe, I think, which I think is great. Like,
It
this
is
might be the
totally,
first time you're hearing this. It's
yeah,
okay. And
yeah,
we're just reframing your thoughts and your mind, which will ultimately reframe your actions
yeah,
around looking at the bigger picture versus maybe what you've been taught or doing.
right. So really it's like, so one of the homework pieces that you have an opportunity to do is focus on all four net worth factors, increasing your income. And, Shannon has a big project going on right now that you could hop into with that. Of course, I have things that were going on always that, if you're looking to increase your income, like we have solutions for you for that. Also, increasing your savings and creating a plan for that. Like I have these really cool feng shui envelopes that are course imprinted with abundance frequencies. And I literally put money in those. And I know they're like really, literally like magnets for more.
Yes.
It's that intentionality,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Increase your investment returns. So if you have not started investing, start somewhere, right? You can start with buying literally a piece of silver,
Yeah.
because I'm not a financial expert and I'm reading all the things, right? And silver and gold are going up.
Yeah.
And I think silver, it's less than like $30 for an ounce of silver. Start there, like something, right? And again, where your attention flows, like that's where it's gonna like increase. And then also the last factor is decreasing your cost of living by simplifying your lifestyle. You know, the wealthiest people that I know, if when you look at them, you would never know it. They're not trying to prove anything to anybody. They don't, show off what they have. And don't get me wrong, it's nice to have nice things. And then there's the excess to it.
Yeah.
Um, and again, if that's what your intention is for the life you want, great, go for it.
Yeah.
And you're never gonna get to a high net worth by blowing money, really, unless you're like investing in assets.
Correct.
So the next wealth file quickly is, this is where our question of the day comes from. Rich people have their money work hard for them. Poor people work hard for their money,
Mm-hmm.
which is this hamster wheel, right? So you might know somebody like doctor, like people, like some of in the service industry, and we're talking from service, like, so Ben owns a fence company, right? So that's a service he provides, is installing fences. Doctors, lawyers, so anything from like manual labor all the way up, any kind of service, right? You're bound by, like, even doctors and lawyers, they make a lot per hour, but they're still bound by that time factor.
Yeah.
And unless and until you can find a way to make money while you sleep,
That's right.
you're going to be working forever.
That's right.
And so, the old Protestant work ethic states a dollar's work for a dollar's pay. And there's nothing wrong with that, for sure. But it really doesn't go on to tell you what to do with that dollar's pay.
Hmm.
And so rich people can spend their days playing and relaxing because they work smarter, not harder. So a lot of times they'll own businesses where they have people working for them, right? So in my experience, you do have to work hard for your money. Rich people, however, it's a temporary situation because they know how to invest it.
Yeah.
Whereas poor people, it's a permanent situation. Rich people understand that you have to work hard until your money works hard. Let me say that again. You have to work hard until your money works hard enough to take your place. They understand that the more money works, the less you have to work. So I'm going to bring this back. Money is energy.
That's right.
So most people put work energy in
Mm.
and they get money energy out. People who achieve financial freedom have learned how to substitute their investment of work energy with other forms of energy. So
Yeah.
these forms of energy come in forms of other people working with you, for you, business systems that work for you, investment capital at work. So again, first you're working hard for your money, creating those things. Then you let your money work hard for you. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't know which sounds better for you, but having my money work hard and the systems work hard,
Yeah.
to me is where I want to be.
100%.
Yeah. I was a couple weeks ago, maybe 4 weeks ago, someone offered me a sales position. And yeah, and it is, you get paid and then you keep working for the next dollar, the next dollar, the next dollar.
Yeah.
I'm not interested in that.
Yeah.
I have invested my time. I want to become financially free as quickly as possible.
Yes.
So, it's to able to live the lifestyle I desire without having to work or rely on anyone else for money.
Yeah.
So that requires passive income. So to win the money game, the goal is to earn enough passive income to pay for your desired lifestyle. So, the author talks about having two primary sources of passive income. So money working for you. So it's investments, right? Such as stocks, bonds, money markets, mutual funds, real estate. The second thing is passive income is business working for you. So I don't know if you guys have read Robert Kiyosaki's book, The Cash Flow Quadrant, where you have, the left side is an employee and being self-employed with no systems really.
Yeah.
You work and you get paid and then that's it.
Yeah.
Whereas on the right side of the cash flow quadrant is business owner with systems in place, and then the investor. So it's creating where other forms of energy are working for you instead of you working for yourself. So also network marketing is an example. It doesn't require you typically to put up a lot of money up front. And it allows you to enjoy residual income. So you earn it once, you work hard to get the first sale, like insurance, like you pay, but you pay every month. That's typically what happens in network marketing. So, and what I believe is without passive income, you can never be free. And our conditioning does not pull for that typically, right? So, we've not been taught how to achieve and earn passive income. We didn't have passive income 101 at my high school or even at my college. I got a business degree, I got a music degree and a business degree and an education degree. And not one time was there a class on passive income 101. They left that out of the curriculum. Now I'm 51 years old. They might be having those classes today. I hope so. Typically, how's that though passed down? It's passed down from our families.
Yeah.
Like generationally.
That's right.
And really, it's a brain, like I always say, it's a brain pattern and a frequency, right? So the great news is that it's not too late. You can learn those new habits, those new brain patterns, right? So that you can have the best of both worlds, like working income now and then passive income later. Another one of the principles before, as we wrap this up, is rich people think long term. They balance their spending on enjoyment today with investing for freedom tomorrow. Whereas poor people think short term. They run their lives based on immediate gratification. And they use the excuse, how can I think about tomorrow when I could barely survive today? Which is scarcity mindset.
100%.
Yeah. So the problem is eventually tomorrow will become today. And if you haven't taken care of today's problem, you're going to be saying the same thing tomorrow.
That's right.
So the question I find myself asking, not only with money, but also with I'm releasing weight and there's opportunities, like what's my long-term versus short-term gratification?
Yeah.
And so the question is, what do I want most versus what do I want now?
Yeah.
Whereas wealthy people think, what do I want most? Growing their net income and creating passive forms, having their money work hard for them, versus poor people choose now.
Yeah.
Like, what do I want now? What do I want now? What do I want now? And you're never going to get where you want. And so oftentimes, you hear it jokingly called retail therapy. And, it's these futile attempts making up for our emotional being dissatisfied, emotionally dissatisfied.
Sure.
And that this little dopamine hit of getting the purse or the clothes or ordering off of Temu stuff that you don't need. Speaking from personal experience.
Yeah, that's why I called that.
Yeah, like this overspending for immediate gratification versus, dealing with that underlying dissatisfaction and having your eye on what do you want most. Some people are walking around, they don't even know what they want most.
Right? Oh my heavens. And we are antennas. And it's like abundance is already here. Like
Exactly.
think about yourself like a radio. Like we are radios and the music is out there. We just have to turn the dial so that we can hear it. And so just like you can turn the music is out there, the abundance is out there, the money is out there. And we just have to tune our dial to that radio station. Money loves a destination. It wants to know what you're going to do with it.
Exactly.
This goes back to that long-term vision. I love long-term. If I did not have a long-term vision, I would have quit a long time ago.
Yeah, for sure.
It really is that keeps me going.
Where does your focus on?
That's right.
Right. And so that money working for you is a long-term vision.
Yes.
It's not immediate gratification.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, and the other thing is like who would I need to be to have that vision? Like stepping in, what does future Shannon want? What does future Connie want? Right. And that like going out into the future, turning around and looking back at today, like what action today is going to have us have that? Because that's what we say. And that the actions will naturally arise, or the even the, like you said, just making the different choices. Like would the future Shannon or Connie choose that? Or is it the now Shannon or Connie that is choosing that?
Yeah. What do I want most versus what do I want now?
Bingo.
Yeah. Well, and one of the things it says, while poor people see a dollar as a dollar to trade something for what they want right now, rich people see a dollar as a seed that can be planted to earn $100 more, which can then be replanted to earn $1,000 more.
Amen.
Think about it. Every dollar you spend today may actually cost you $100 tomorrow.
That's right.
So he says, personally, I consider all of my dollars to be investment soldiers, and their mission is freedom. Needless to say, I'm careful with my freedom fighters and don't get rid of them easily or quickly.
Yeah.
So it starts with awareness. So you might be you might be already financially free, had got it all set up.
Yeah.
And you may be on the other end of the spectrum where you don't know what your net worth is.
Yeah.
You don't have a plan to get there. And so it's that shift of perception, right? Perspective.
Yeah.
And like, let's get real with the numbers. Let's get real with what the net worth is and change that perspective so that, rich people see every dollar as a seed that can be planted to earn $100 more, versus, like, what do I want now? Right. Versus what do I want ultimately? So it all comes down to this. Poor people work hard and spend all their money, which results in having to work hard forever. Rich people work hard, save, and then invest and protect their money so they never have to work hard again. So, we always have our declaration. So put your hand on your heart to activate, our heart, because it's even more powerful than our mind. So we bring attention, take a deep breath. My money works hard for me and makes me more and more money.
More and more money for me.
And then we point to our mind. I have a millionaire mind.
I have a millionaire mind.
So, and like I said, we have actions and opportunities for people. Like, you want to talk about what you have coming up, because it's right into.
Well, it does fit in. That's insane, right? Like there are no accidents. That's one of the reasons. So on Sunday, I'm doing a masterclass at 7:00, Sunday, September the 3rd, for Freedom Bound Moms. And one of the initiatives that I have for that is for people who take action. I'm actually creating this like radiant, empowering retreat for women. Now, I am investing over $10,000 into this 3-day event that I'm giving away tickets for those who take action on Sunday. You get that? So it's like, how can we, honestly, the more we give, the more we receive back. in ways of like, I'm investing in a community of women that I want to raise up such that they know their worth, they know who they are, they know that they are equipped, they know that they are courageous. And that not only will pay dividends in their own life, but in the community. Like, so that's the ripple. So that's, I'm so excited. It's kind of a new, I'm scared, right? Like to death.
Is your butt puckered?
My butt is puckered.
Good girl.
Yes. One of our mentors said, you know, like, if your butt's not puckering, you're not playing big enough. Well, my butt and everything else in my life is puckering because I have never, ever, this is a new kind of theory that I'm learning through the 90-day mastermind that I'm in, where they're like, you know, what are you like? We ask other people to invest. What are you investing? And I'm like, all right, giddy up. Like, are you playing? That's question one. Or how big are you playing? And I've known for a long time, I'm not playing big enough. Like, and I think when we do that, we grant permission to others to.
Oh, for sure.
Like, oh my, and I am really clear when Shannon is alive, and this goes for anyone, so just put your name in, right? But when Shannon is alive, like, when I had got the Goddess Glow, like the women that were in that program were like, oh, money is flowing. I'm creating it months that I've never achieved before. I mean, like, we are money magnets when we are lit up, and people catch that. It's like the greatest infection you'll ever get, right? So
I love that.
Yeah, like get infected by and I'm like, this morning I was thinking about it's like getting on this magic carpet ride, right? Like catch the wave, hop on, because I'm clear I'm going somewhere. And if you don't know that you are, jump on. Something magical will happen in your life. And that's really where the frequency comes. So I'm playing a super big game. Come play. So much fun. That's you can go to workwithshannon.com. It's the first little button. Or direct message me. I'll send you the link. It's a Zoom on Sunday. It's gonna be live, not recorded. You have to be there to get one of these tickets, you know, to the event, and magic will abound us. That's
and what time is it again on Sunday?
7:00. 7:00 Central Time.
Central. That's what I was gonna say. Central Time.
7:00 Central. Yes. How long will it be? My commitment is less than an hour, and I've never done this before. Like, I've never pulled back the curtain on all of my systems, everything I'm doing. But I promise you will leave like lit up, on fire, supercharged, up leveled, like in that conversation, and mind blown for what's available and possible for freedom in your life. In everything we're talking about, legacy, being a full expression of who you are, working and playing anywhere in the world, and then ultimately creating a community that's listening for your greatness, and committed to infusing into you more. Like when we always say, go to an event like expecting more than you give, right? Like when we assist, right? That's my commitment, is that you receive so much more than you put in.
Right.
My cup overflows for sure. So that's everything. So it speaks right into what we talked about today. Holy guacamoles.
I know. And we were at transparency, we were like, this is kind of technical. Like, this is kind of getting into the, down into the people's business. And
how does this apply to us? And what are we going to talk about? Like,
I know. I'm like, like we've been doing the work. Like
we are so doing the work. Ladies, just know that we are trailblazers. We are doing the work. We are in the muck. We're all muddy, Yes, we're scared, and we're moving forward anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and I know, like I said, earlier this year, we did this, spiritual financial principle study. We did the work of, we know what our net worth is, and then it's to check in quarterly.
Yes.
And I know, my debt's going down, my assets are going up, like things are, and I would have not known, like a year ago, I didn't know what my status was with that because my eye wasn't on it. My focus wasn't on it.
Yeah.
And it can be like tedious or boring, like if that's what you bring to it. And I invite you to bring to it the future you that you're living into, so so that it lights you up. It doesn't have to be like a mundane chore, you know?
And I think what I got for myself was like I had a thought of like the way, quote unquote, my financials were. And when I put it on paper, I'm like, dang, I can pay off this debt in like a couple months, or like holy guacamoles. I had no idea my assets were like that. It was just like, wow.
Yeah,
it was really, really cool.
Empowering. Yeah.
It was so empowering because I'm like, divide this by, X amount of months, like done. Like, and that just catapults everything that we're committed to already. So, and if you put it down on paper and you're like, this is not what I want, well, great. Hang out with people who are achieving it and we can show you the pathway. Like, not a problem.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Awareness is always first.
Awareness is first. And we're a work in progress. Like,
yes, we are.
And we're expanding. So I always say we're healed and we're healing.
That's right. That is right.
We're successful and we're growing.
Every day.
Every day. Well, this has been juicy. Glad we had nothing to talk about.
I know. Right.
That's always nothing to talk about. So if you found value in this episode today, like it, tag it, post it, share it, tag a friend, a soul sister that you would love to get connected into this conversation, or maybe even be there with you on Sunday in my live masterclass. So workwithshannon.com, register my little top button there for a live event, get snuggled up, and we're going to have the ride of our lives. Because you got to do what, Miss Connie?
Get in the car.
Get in the car. Love you guys.